Good afternoon, WMBM radio and web listeners. You're tuned in to the Real Love Ministry broadcast. I am Evangelist Desiree Williams Hall, and I'm here with my awesome dynamic husband, Minister Eddie Hall. How y'all doing? Happy New Year. We are super excited about our first show of 2019.
Yes.
And let me tell you, we could not start it off any better way. We have the Reeses in the studio with us. Let me tell you, this has been a long time coming. We've been trying to get together, but look, I said, you know what? I am going to start them off at the new year. We can't bring it in no other way than to have them with us, and I am so proud that they're here. Apostle LaShawn Reese and Pastor Olin Reese, they're here. How y'all doing?
We're wonderful. Excited to be here.
Yeah, we excited y'all here.
I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
He's always happy when he's around her.
All the time. Let me tell you. And how long y'all been married?
It'll be 10 years this year.
10
July.
years. Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. So I just want to thank you all so much for being here. And once again, I just want to wish everybody a happy New Year. I hope 2019 is treating you all good. It has been so far so good. Great to us. How about y'all?
Yes, we've had a lot of surprises. Have a new grandbaby. So we have a lot of
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 4. Wow.
More babysitting duties.
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me
But that's
about
a good thing, though. That's a good thing to be able to enjoy and see your offspring. Yes, that is so awesome.
So now we got 2 boys and 2 girls now.
Great. Okay. All right. Well, we grandparents too. We have a boy and a girl. I'm just hoping nothing too soon. Okay.
No surprises. No surprises.
No surprise.
I was surprised.
Yeah, but it's so good. We have a great show set up for you all today. We're going to be talking about the benefits of marriage. So I want you to inbox, text, get on the phone, call them, tell them to tune in to AM 1490 WMBM. They can log in no matter where they are, what state they're in, no matter what world they're in, or what country rather. They can go to www.wmbm.com. They can also download the WMBM app on their phone, Google, or go to their Google or Apple Play Store, and they can download it for free. And they can listen in. We have a dynamic show set. But before we get into the show, we have a few great announcements that I am so proud to announce. I guess I'll take the first announcement, Eddie. You'll take
That's fine.
The last one.
Yes.
We want everybody. We want to invite all of you out to our annual family prayer breakfast. Our annual family prayer breakfast. Those that have been following us know that we do this every year, and we're just super excited. We usually do it as a small setting at Piccadilly's, but Eddie wanted to actually upgrade, level up. This is at our home church. Our theme is leveling up. So we're going to level up this year, and we're going to take it to the Champions Banquet Hall. We're going to have a catered breakfast for you all. It's only $20. Only $20 per person. And we just want all of you to come out January 26, 2019. Again, that's January 26, 2019 at 8:30 a.m. I'm sorry now. 8:30 a.m. And let me tell you, we have a dynamic keynote speaker. Pastor Calvin Singleton of the Gathering Center will be with us. He is awesome. Let me tell y'all, get your families together and y'all come on out to the annual family prayer breakfast January 26, 2019 at the Champions Banquet Hall, 2730 Northwest 167th Street, right in Miami Gardens. You don't have to drive far at all. The theme this year is a better me. A better me. A lot of times we work on these vision boards and we never accomplish it. Statistics show at least by the second week in January, every New Year resolution that was made is broken by that time. So we wanna impart in you and creating you that, create that better you. Whatever it needs to be, all of us have room to grow. All of us have room to be better. So if you want to be that better woman, that better wife, that better mother, that better father, that better man, husband, child, whatever the case may be, you all need to be out to that prayer breakfast January 26th, 2019 at 8:30 a.m. Tickets are only $20. So you can go to our Facebook page. The link is there on eventbrite.com. Just type in a better me, or the new thing now, Cash App. That's the fastest way to send money or to donate. So our Cash App is the $ real love and the number 2. So our second announcement.
I'm excited about the first announcement.
Yeah.
But I'm real excited about this one.
Oh, yes.
Yes. January 26th is our prayer breakfast, but October 4th is Night of Passion.
Yes.
Night of Passion, a tailor-made for prom couples.
Yeah. Married couples.
Married
prom
couples.
night for married couples.
Prom night for married couples. And one thing about it is, guess what?
What's
We're
that?
doing it again. At the Signature Grand, located in Davie, Florida.
Yes. So y'all come on now. Pull out your best dress. I'm telling you, it's a time for the wives to get all dolled up. The guys, they get all tuxedoed up, looking all debonair. Look, I'm telling y'all, Night of Passion is nothing to be played with. All right.
And I think maybe this year we'll have a special surprise.
Oh yeah. But y'all got to come early to get the surprise, though. Yeah. We got a really good surprise opening. So, look, we invite all of you out. All of this information is on our page. So, if you're listening right now, look, you're getting that sneak peek because the promotions, the marketing, all of that is not even out yet for Night of Passion. But we'll definitely be ready at the prayer breakfast. So, we'll give you more information about Night of Passion, the fees, how you're able to register for Night of Passion. So if you're a married couple, it's only for married couples. This is a night tailor-made for married couples. Okay, who believe in the biblical principles of marriage. It's a community of married couples coming together, just enjoying each other. So I guarantee you, listen, come out to Night of Passion. Yes. Anything else?
No,
I think
that's
we
it.
took care of
You
everything.
just talk about marriage, so I just ready to get into this one right now. Talking about marriage.
Well, you better stop.
I kind of like that about the prom.
Yes. It's our what?
We got to go to a prom.
Yeah.
It's so many people.
Look, if you was in church, you really ain't to go to your prom. I mean, that old school tradition, so we missed that part. But how long we been doing? This is
It'll be our 5th year.
our 5th year.
Wow.
Yes, and just to see it grow is just totally amazing. Totally amazing. So I want to talk to the Reeses. I want to talk. They done told us about their family and everything. And you all been married for 10.
Mm-hmm.
We've been married for 20.
20 years.
Wow.
And I believe we have the Pitters in the house with us. They sitting in just listening. I think they've been married
20 years.
20 years as well. So we have like over that's 50 years experience in the room of marriage. And how's marriage life for you all?
We love it.
Yes.
We were high school sweethearts. So we were together for 2 years. Then he went off to play college football in Ohio. So we broke up.
Mm-hmm.
And 21 years later, we were reunited.
Wow.
No contact within 21 years, no nothing. We saw each other in a church service and we reunited from there. So, we don't have time for the little stuff. We're just appreciating every day together because we've lost so much time together.
Yes.
So we just every day, one day by day, we take it, loving each other, spending time with each other, really appreciating it. And I feel like after a lot of years of marriage, couples dwindle apart.
Right.
And don't have that quality time together.
Right.
Exactly.
And I love, like I said, I tell people this all the time. This is the best marriage I've ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
I've been married twice before, but this is the best marriage I've been in. And my wife, she should have been my wife a long time ago.
Wow.
And when I went away to college, I didn't want to feel like, she would have to wait this long time for me.
So he dumped me.
Yeah, I did.
I just got one question for you. Was you talking when you was gone?
Oh yes, I was right
Good
there.
answer.
I was calling her.
Wow.
And then she was like, "Don't call me like that because you calling me Calais."
My mama don't play that. Hey, these millennials, they don't know about Calais calls.
So I was
You on a college budget.
Yeah, I was on a college budget for real. And I was calling her, and then after a while, it just we just lingered apart. because I was way in Ohio in college and everything. So, but when I came back home, I tried to find her to find out, and someone told me she was married already. So I was like, she wasn't. But then, I just waited, and then later on, God put it in a way. He fixed it up, and now
it happened.
It happened, and after 10 years, after that long time, 24 years of not seeing each other, not talking, and when I did see her, I never forget when I told my mom, I was like, I saw her, and she's like, oh, I remember her. You was gonna, yeah, you finna get married, ain't you? I was like, Lord Jesus. I said, well, I just saw her tonight, and then it went from there.
A lot of times the mamas know.
Yes,
Yeah,
She knew. She knew. Praise
So this is what we're going to talk about. The benefits of marriage. What made you make that step to want to marry? Because we were just talking right before the show, where the statistics are showing that in today's age, the millennials are not getting married. And when you're together for a long period of time, they say usually 9 times out of 10 it won't end up in marriage.
Right.
And so what happens is you have the husband or wife benefits at a girlfriend or boyfriend level. So listen, what made you want to make that step to get married?
Well, me myself, when I decided that, hey, I wanted to marry her, it didn't take me long. I didn't. It wasn't like a long drawn out thing. It was like after we saw each other, we dated for like 6 months, and then after that, I was like, I'm convinced. I went to my pastor. I said, I want to marry her. I don't want nobody else. I ain't looking for nobody else. I made up my own mind that this is what God has for me. So it was easy to do that, but I know a lot of times a lot of people don't have it that easy.
Right.
They have they're scared, and a lot of times you think after being married twice, she was like, oh, I don't want to get married again, after having bad experiences. But I thank God that after that, I was able to get over hurt. Mm-hmm. A lot of times it's hard to get over hurt, get over pain, and God had to fix me before I can be with somebody else.
Exactly.
So it took God after a year and a half to really work on me, and then by the time she came into my life, I was already ready.
Yeah. Do you think, by you saying that, do you think that's a lot of reasons that people don't want to get married? The fear of being hurt, the fear of the process, of going through the different changes in marriage. Or sometimes I think it's because of what they saw growing up, or, what cousin and Pookie them and all of them said about marriage. It kind of fear people away, or is it simple that they're just afraid of the commitment, or is it both?
It could be. I think it's both, because it could be a previous relationship that they were hurt in, devastated in, and they're just afraid to give their heart to someone else, feeling that the same thing would happen. So let me test the waters, let me see, and then that's when what you spoke of. Let's live together. Let's see if this will work out. Let's get to know. So I think it's all being done the wrong way. But when we know that we want to do it the right way, God's way, and we don't want to live in fornication, we don't want to live in adultery, we want to make this because we know we're going to be together for life, which is how God designed it for us, to be together for life. So I think it's the hurt. I think it's being afraid, especially if they've never been married before, is fear. Right. Because you're putting everything, like all of your eggs in one basket, and you're like, oh my God, I have so much to lose. I have so much that could happen. And just being the fear of the unknown, not knowing what to expect or what would happen.
And I've seen it with men a lot of times. They have said, hey, I don't want nobody telling me what to do. I don't, and
the whole ball and chain.
And, I don't want nobody, knowing all my business. And, it's a lot of things. And I got my freedom. I can go when I want because we're not serious. So a lot of times they look at that and they feel like, okay, I don't need that. I don't need all that. I don't need to be married. So we could you have your way, I have my way, but when we get together, we just have a good time and that's it. Mm-hmm. But it takes
no strings attached.
No strings attached.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it, especially for the women, they have compromise. And I think one of the problems is when you're dating now, your boyfriend calling you wifey. And you're nowhere near my wife. You never asked for my hand in marriage. And technically, I don't even think you're really my boyfriend because I use it so much as saying that's my wifey. And they turn around and use it to so many other people, that's my wifey, this is my wifey. So when it comes to the time to be committed, are you really want to be committed?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, because they get caught up in the titles,
Yes.
you know, and then it builds false hope, you know, and then you find yourself doing wifey duties, but you're still at a girlfriend status, you know, that they don't want to make that commitment. So it's like, why should I get married? And you were saying, I just had a loss of thought, but you were saying, you know, sometimes they feel that, look, let's test the waters.
Yes.
Let's see if it's better, you know. And everybody need a license, okay? You can either drive illegally, or you could go to the license place and actually get your license to drive legal. You know, we can make those different choices, but you know, when we do things that is out of the will of God, it makes it harder on us. So you know, and point number one, I want to make, God honors marriage.
Yes. Yes.
So if you want to do it the right way and the godly way, and you want to be blessed, you know, do it God's way, because God honors marriage. And when you find that person, or you know, you're in relationship with that person, and you love them, it's like, I don't want nobody else to have her.
Exactly.
I don't want anybody else to have him. You know, so I need to take this person off the market right now.
But you know, and that was one of my biggest things, because I was like, I'm putting a ring on that finger, because I don't want nobody else coming up talking about they gonna marry her. And you know, a lot of times you say no, this is what I want. You know, and a lot of times I told my wife, she laughed at me sometimes, but I said, when I want something, I'm gonna go get what's mine.
Yes.
So you know, and I knew she was she is what I wanted, and I wanted to be with her. And I said, no, I'm putting a ring on that finger.
And in 6 months we were married.
Yeah,
we knew that was the connection what God had put together. So why wait so long?
Yes.
We even had his pastor that counseled us. You know, y'all been away from each other so many years, date for a year. And we're like, what do we wait for a year for? We already know that this is what we want. And we were happy, and everything flowed and fell in line. So we knew that it was the will of God. So why wait?
And I went back to my pastor and I said, look, I explained to her and I told her, and she said, go marry that woman.
But I think one of the false statements when I was growing up was, you live with somebody so many years, the common law is married.
Yes.
And that, a lot of people use that too, you know, but that's not true. Because you're still not married in front of God's eyesight.
And the funny part about the common law was I had a family member who was dating this woman for 20 years, lived together, paid the mortgage for 20 years. She passed away, and the children reclaimed the house.
They took everything that they established together. So, you know, that's the thing when it's not done the right way. I have experience, you know, in the business that I'm in, you know, I have experience where, a man and a woman was together for many years till they even named the children after the man. They ended up putting it on a birth certificate, and it turned into a problem for the child when they got older, because they thought their name was one thing, the birth certificate said something else, you know, and it just created a whole bunch of chaos. So it's just better to do it the right way and not get caught up, because you can establish so much together, and because it's not done the right way, when you get sick, the hospital is not going to speak to you. They're going to speak to the next of kin.
That's right.
When you die and something happens, you know, the funeral home director they don't want to speak to you. They want to speak to the next of kin. So if your name is not on any documents, you just wasted so many years. So, you know, I encourage those of you who are listening, don't be afraid to make that step. If you know that this is the person, the number one person, you know, they have all the things that you've been looking for, you know, but it's you. You're afraid to make that step. You're afraid to make that adjustment, you know.
But you know what? You're already making a step when you saying you living with that person. Y'all don't got a mortgage together. You don't got a house payment,
a child.
I
think that they are afraid of commitment.
Yes.
The thing now what we're looking at, people want to get married. So everybody desire companionship.
Yes.
So that's the big thing now. I just want to be with somebody.
Yeah, and some will rather take a half a man or half a woman,
That's true.
and then the whole, instead of the
That's
whole
it.
person, just because I don't want to be alone.
That's right.
You know, and with the companionship. But it's you're doing more harm than good.
Yes.
You know, so when it's done the right way, and if you need to make some adjustments, because sometimes we need to make some adjustments. And it goes to my next point, because two are better than one. You know, you have that companionship, you have that friend, you know, you have someone that you can lay down and just sleep with every night, you know, even in that time of intimacy, you have someone that you can hold and you can touch, you know, and you can love on. It's very important, you know, when we do it the right way, you know, and alleviate lust. See, lust is temporary, but when you say you love somebody, that's permanent. And love, it's a lot of giving. It's a lot of giving. And if we're giving, if I'm giving to my husband, my husband is giving back to you, it's a recycle door. It's a revolving door, rather. You know, and nobody is missing a beat. But once I feel that I'm continuously giving and he's just taking, that's what lust is, you know? Now you're thinking about yourself. So if we have a question about love, we just go right to 1 Corinthians 13. Love is kind. Love is not puffed up. Love don't think about its own. It think about you before you think about yourself. So, you know, we have to make sure that we are in a loving relationship. And if you're in a loving relationship, it shouldn't, I don't see why you won't make the decision to commit.
That's why, you know, when we talk on our unified love, we always talk about, you know, respect, love, caring for one another, not to be selfish, not to be angry at one another. And me and my wife, before we got married, we talked about all these things. And one thing we always committed to each other is we would never go to bed angry. If there's something that we need to discuss, we're going to discuss. We're not laying our heads down till we get it squashed. Because a lot of times when you laying your head down and you angry with that person and now you're not talking and now you know, you're not saying anything to each other. So you get to a point now that, oh, I don't need to talk about it. We're just overlapping. But no, sometimes, you know, you stop that because it gives the enemy a chance to come in.
Exactly.
So you stop the enemy before he walks through your door.
And you know, the pride builds up. You know, pride builds up, arrogancy builds up. Nobody want to take responsibility for anything. But once you allow pride to die, then it opens up a level of where we can communicate. We can talk about our issues. And I ain't gonna lie, we done went to bed a few times. I ain't gonna lie. But over the years,
Look, you ain't go weeks without talking.
I don't know about weeks, but we went a couple of days. You know, but God had to intervene, and we learned better. We learned over the years how to. If we decided to stay together, my thing was I wasn't going to stay with you and be miserable. You know, we had to make a choice to be happy in our marriage, and we had to make a choice that there are some decisions, if we're going to be together, there are some things that we have to do to make it work. So another point I want to go on, because we only have just a few minutes, we got about 4 minutes. Another quick point about the benefits of being married. It builds better family structure. You know, I believe that when you have a mother, father, the whole 9 yards in a home, it does build good family structure, especially when they see great examples. You know, a lot of times, some people may disagree. Oh, that didn't work for us because I saw my mom and dad fussing and fighting. And sometimes in society, it makes us feel like that's comfortable. That's you know, the abnormal is the normal, but that's you know, the dysfunctional is functional, but that's not so. You know, so I think, you know, even it's very important that we show as an example to our children. You know, just as quick as we can fight, fuss, and do all of that confusion and calamity and all that in the home, I think it's very important that our children see us embrace each other,
Yes.
loving on each other,
Yes.
laughing,
Yes.
and talking,
Enjoying
and
each
dancing,
other. Yes.
and all of that good stuff, because, you know, that gives them something to look forward to.
And
You
then
know-
we know how to cater to a relationship and accept love.
Exactly.
They've
Oh,
been
that's a
in
good
family
one.
with love.
Yes,
And that's
yes.
why we have to be examples.
Yes.
We can't tell them to do something that we're not
That
doing
we're not
and
doing.
expect them to do it.
Exactly.
So we have to be that example, and love needs to flow continuously through the home.
Exactly.
And it's so funny because our son, when he came to move, when he moved with us, and our son said to us, man, can I ask y'all a question? Why is it so quiet in here? How we gonna hear all that fussing and arguing? I told him, I said, in this house, we don't do all that.
That's right.
We like it.
That's right.
We like it quiet.
That's right.
And you know, that's how it should be in a home where my son grew up on that. And our daughters that live with, they grew up on us being in the home and showing love towards one another, because we figured, you know, that's the best way to be, and it shows the kids that example of a husband and wife and what it takes to make a marriage work.
Amen. Amen. We only have 2 short minutes. And Apostle, I just want you to just pour into our listening audience, you know, the benefits of marriage. Why should they get married if they're thinking about it? Why should they not be afraid of getting married and being in a relationship?
Yes.
And you know, just like your husband been married twice but wasn't afraid to try love again.
That's right. To encourage the listeners today, if you know that this is who you want to spend your life with, and it's important to pray to God and hear from Him and listen, and He will direct us. So we shouldn't have the spirit of fear anyway, because we are of God, but allow Him to move you in the place and the direction that He wants. So fear has to die. Everything, one's in your ear that's telling you not to do, we know how girlfriends are, it has to die. Listen to your heart and let your heart lead you. And if we know that we have God first, we won't be led astray. So don't be afraid. Just let go and let God, and you make the relationship work. You make it the best that you can be as a husband or a wife. Let fear die. Don't let it stunt your happiness. Don't let it interfere, because it's nothing but the enemy.
Amen. Amen. And we just want to thank you all so much for listening. We thank you, Apostle Reeses, Pastor Reeses, for coming in and sharing your thoughts with us. And we just truly hope that our listening audience was blessed and was encouraged from today's show, the benefits of marriage. We thank you all so much for listening. Once again, Happy New Year. And remember that love brings change, because love never fails. God bless you.